This video is called Our Dad's Garage. He's my dad. Yeah!
Well, good morning everybody. It's JD here at Our Dad's Garage. And it's been about a month since I did my last video, so it's kind of long overdue. But let me show you what took so long. We were struggling a lot for parking here at our house. And so I took on this project of widening our driveway. You can see back here, this is the old driveway where it's still kind of old looking concrete. And I built these retaining walls on both sides. Let's see if I can do this like a weatherman. Yeah, right here, right there, right over there. Retaining wall on both sides with cross ties. And then removed a lot of dirt and then brought in about 10 yards of concrete. And me and my little wife got out here with just very little bit of help and did the concrete. So we've got plenty of parking now. And I'll show you the other thing that we did coming over here is I installed this ramp. This drive up to our back area was too steep in that section right in there where it went up, and my RV would not go up that driveway. So we came in here, I did a lot of measurements, and I did a concrete job there where we extended that ramp out quite a bit of ways. And what you can see here is now it's time to pour this little 3.5 inch, the thickness of a 2x4, just a wall on this side. And the reason for that is we have so much water that runs down this hill when it rains that a lot of that was dumping back this side, and that side was pushing in toward the house. And I want to make sure that there's not a water problem coming down the road. So I'm catching some water here. I'm going to do a little bit more work back in that corner right there and let the water kind of run down in that area too. But you don't know what water's going to do until the water does what water does. But that's why you haven't seen a whole lot of videos from us, because we had this huge project to do. My buddy Adam let me borrow a awesome brand new John Deere skid steer. Man, that thing's amazing. John Deere, nothing runs like a deer. This is a fight I had with the chainsaw. I had a tree I had to take down too. So lots of home improvement stuff that's going on. Yeah, just located my jaw. It wasn't good. So I've had a couple of weeks off for just a few little injuries and a few other projects. So that's what's going on. But anxious to show you this project today, and we'll get after it today. So part of Our Dad's Garage is not just building old cars. It's also, I'd love to share some ideas that I have picked up along the way that are just for little jobs like this, that are just kind of hacks and like things that you can save a lot of time and do. And with little concrete jobs like this, I got a good buddy of mine named Brian, who's a fantastic builder and a guy who helped me a lot with my porch. And Brian did a job for me building just some little steps into our back porch. And I'd never seen anybody do this before, but it was sackcrete work using these contractor bags to mix your concrete in. This is something you're gonna, when you see how this is done, you're gonna think, why didn't I think of that? No, wheelbarrow, simple, easy mixing process. You just mix it up in those heavy contractor bags and you pour it right there on site. And little concrete jobs like this are so much easier. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that today. Before we get started, I want to talk to you a little bit about forming up concrete. So people make this out to be like some kind of rocket surgery, and it's just not, folks. Concrete will, if you mix it pretty dry, it's not going to require a whole lot of forming. So what the idea is, you just want to control it. So I've measured that end, and I've measured this end back here. Those are the same. I just kind of built a box to pour the concrete in. You can see I just used scab lumber, just stuff I had laying around. It's not going to make a really smooth wall. Now, if you want the outside wall to be very smooth, then you want to make sure that the inside of your form is very smooth. So if that's important to you, then do that. I'm going to eventually skin this with a lick and stick rock. So it really doesn't matter what the outside edge looks like, as long as it's, within a 1/2 inch variance. So that's the form that I'm building. The form can't move up there, it's connected together. The form can't move back here, it's connected together. There's not going to be enough force in the middle there on a dry concrete mix that's going to bow that out very much. So I'm not too concerned about that. I can always come back in and use some rock or some concrete block or something to lay against that once I get it in place, just to control that if I have any bowing, but I don't think I have to. Now, one thing where you might want to do is figure out a way to do a little kicker. A lot of guys forget that, and then if that thing falls over, of course, that's a problem. But up there, it's caught against that rock. It's attached down here with great 4 screws, I guess, and then right there in the center, it's got this kicker that goes back to that wall, and that's going to help it to stand up. And I've kind of tested it, pushed around on it. It's not going to go anywhere. But that's just form building 101. It is not rocket surgery. You do need to make sure that those 2 pieces are level or in some variant of level, because that's what it's going to look like when you get finished. I'm also going to apply a concrete bonding agent here on the inside edge of that new pour right there, and that will bond chemically the wall to the slab that I poured last week, and that'll just make a stronger structure. So I will do that too. Okay, guys, so first thing you want to do is go in the house, get you a quart jar. Now, it says on the bag of the concrete mix, if you read the instructions, which I rarely do, if you read the instructions, it says that about 2 quarts is what you'll want for mixing with a 60-pound bag. I recommend a 60-pound bag. I've got a 70-pound bag there, and I've used 90-pound bags. Don't do that. I'm too old for that. 60-pound bag, 2 quarts, and that's what you're looking for. Get you a Lowe's bucket. You cannot use a Home Depot bucket for this, only a Lowe's bucket. Mark on the side of your bucket where it is with 2 quarts in it, and that's going to be your reference. Every time you come back, you put the same amount of water in, and you get you just some water. Now, it's got to be clean water. That's what it says. I don't know why it's got to be clean water, because it's concrete, and that's kind of gross, and it's kind of dirty, but they say clean water. You know, I didn't bother really cleaning my bucket out, so sue me. Anyway, mark you a deal, so you're going to be able to recreate that measurement every time real quick. Just filled it up, 2 quarts, and then you just open your bag, dump your bag into your Husky contractor cleanup bags. You get those really thick ones. I don't even know what are they? I think they're 3 mil bags. You get those. You're going to dump a bag of concrete in there, and then you're going to pour your water in there. You're just going to shake it. That's all you're going to do. Okay, so after the first run, I can tell you that my initial measurement was not enough, so I've made another mark on my bucket right here. That's the number that I think we're going to go with. If you've ever mixed concrete in a wheelbarrow, this is a much better way. Now, you may go through a couple of bags. That's all the cleanup you're going to have. Okay, so I've been at this for about 45 minutes, and I've been filming at the same time, so it takes a little bit longer. But I've got most of the bottom of this filled up. I've probably got about 4 more bags to do. I got 5 more bags of concrete that I bought. But I just wanted you to see kind of the speed of how fast this happens and how fast you can put down the concrete. So you get your bag and you roll it out. And I've I've gone through about 3 bags. So you do use some bags, and this one's got a little hole in it already. But you kind of practice on not gripping it too much with your fingertips, and you won't punch holes in it. Lay your bag in there. Get your shovel. Make 2 punches. Dump your bag. And pull your bag up as you go so it doesn't make a huge mess. Then you've got to go fill your bucket to your number. I think that's it. Where's my mark? Yep, that's it. Okay. Come back here. Pour your water in your bag slowly. Don't let it spill over the top of your bag. Like that. Undo your bag. And then it's a process of just kind of rolling your bag back and forth. And you leave the weight of the concrete in the bag. So you're not handling all that. And when you get it about right, it's going to look like this. Perfect mix. Then get your choke down under there. Put this wherever you want to put the concrete. So let's move it up here. Put it in the hole. Roll the bag. And you pull your bag up. You move your bag around. There you go. Then you get a trowel. And you can kind of just work it back to level. That's what we do. A little more there. 3 more bags and we'll be done. right, gang, well, it took about an hour to really do all the work. It took a little longer than that because I was recording a lot along the way, and then I got Brittany to come out here and help me out. But you can see, got it poured. It was actually only 10 bags of concrete, so I get to go back to Home Depot and get about $10 back. But it didn't bow. You know, if you mix it pretty dry, you don't have a lot of weight. So your form didn't bow, and all it needs to do now is just cure. I did a little relief cut here with my concrete saw up there. That thing's awesome. But what happened was when I did the pitch on my ramp, I missed it by just a little bit, and the water was really wanting to congregate down this side. And I'm gonna kick it down this side. I cut a little relief cut back over here too. Hopefully water will take off down that side. Water is hard to control, but I just thought I'd show you that easy way to mix concrete in a bag on site. Very little cleanup. I mean, there's not a lot to do here, so just spray this off. And I've got a couple of, I only use 3 bags, by the way. Only use 3 bags. So you do punch some holes in these bags, but they're still good. You can put all your trash in them. All right, folks, well, there it is. That's a little wall that we built, really just to keep the water from pouring off there to the left side as it comes down that hill. But a quick little concrete job. I did a little bit of trowel work. I wasn't really too concerned about how that back wall right there finished up because I'm going to put some lick and stick rock on it eventually. Just wanted to get that in there. Okay, so a little bit of trowel work. I'll show you when you bust your forms. If you need to kind of bust them when the concrete's still kind of green, so you can kind of clean it up if you need to. I had to do a little notch right there for that gate to swing in, and that makes a good little back catch for that gate. All right, that's it from our dad's garage.